Do you binge? Do you overeat? Are there moments in your day that you feel like you're not in control of what you're eating? Feeling really frazzled and then leaving the food situation feeling all shameful and guilty, and then you swear you're not going to eat anything the rest of the day, or you're just off to the races and you blow it. I'll do the diet again tomorrow. Well, there's two reasons that it's happening. It's physical and it's emotional. The first part of the physical is that you probably haven't eaten enough through the day so that your blood sugar levels are not leveled off. That is often a big thing that happens because we swear we're gonna wake up, we're gonna eat lower carbs, we're not gonna eat as much today, and we feel like we're so in control. So we're doing amazing. And then 3 o'clock rolls around and this Tasmanian devil comes inside of us and we just start eating. And then there we go. We're overeating because our sensors are completely thrown off because they haven't been satiated through the day. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is emotional. Some of us started eating things when we were children. I remember a space of like being 5 and my grandma saying, "Dara, you want a cookie?" And then I learned that if I took the food, food meant love. And it kind of went from there. And it even became like a shameful thing where I would sneak it in. So I learned that a cookie meant hug and comforting. And when I had anxiety, I don't even think I realized it. It was just a thing. And we can go on about that because there's the difference between being like eating too much because there's physical stuff going on, then having disordered eating parts, and then having eating disorders. So the thing is, we want to nail down, are we physically doing what we need to be doing in order to avoid those parts? Because, and then if it's going on for us, the next thing you know, our favorite outfit is shame. So no matter what we do, we feel like crap. And then we start altering our workouts based on how we feel about our body. Oh my God, we wear our clothes based on the weight that we think we are and how we think we feel about our body. And we're so the farthest thing inside of ourselves. We abandon ourselves because we're focusing on the outside instead of what's going on in the inside. So if you're binging or overeating or feeling out of control with your eating, physically, are you satiated and getting enough? Are you balancing out through the day? And emotionally, do you have strategies to calm yourself down instead of it being around food? Do you know how to feel safe without it being like this constant busyness? It took me a long time to learn that the kitchen wasn't just a place to eat all the time, because there would be things going on in busyness, and as I was doing things, I would just be putting it in my mouth instead of like, okay, I'm just gonna breathe and go one step at a time. So there are things that we can create to open this up, but the pieces of it is that we're not inside of ourselves. We are the farthest thing. Like when you're busy doing the food, you're focusing on everything else except for yourself. So, are you eating breakfast? I posted a thing of an oatmeal pancake. It's balanced. If you get that in you in the morning, there's a greater chance that you're not going to be the Tasmanian devil in the afternoon. And here's another clue. If you're thinking about what you're eating, then that means that you're not in an emotional state. But if you're just picking and going at it, then that means you're eating out of emotional dysregulation. That means you're anxious or you're totally not knowing what's going on. So like if you want to have ice cream, but let it be intentional, premeditated ice cream eating. So you're in a place where you're eating it and you're enjoying it instead of like on the go. The other piece of it between eating emotional is if you're putting it on a plate. If you're just going and picking, you're not there. And then the rest of your day is frazzled. And then the choices you make are based on how you're feeling about yourself. That's how this rolls out. So let's check in first if we're physically getting what we need as far as nutritionally, and then let's look at it from an emotional perspective. A lot of these patterns are in there. We learn them from our families. As kids, we learn that food is feeling opposed to fuel. Food is what fuels your body. I get hyped on this. I spent over 10 years working with eating disorders, and I get it. Like, I struggled with my own path of eating disorders and disordered eating. And does it matter? Do you have to diagnose it? No. You're just noticing some things and some patterns, and sometimes just having some awareness around it just starts to make sense, because that validation is like, oh my God, like, oh, if I eat breakfast and then I eat something for lunch and I eat the wrap, instead of going, I just want to have a salad, that at 3 o'clock, you're not like off the hinges. A big thing that I changed over the past like couple years has been eating before I go work out, because, you know, back in the day, it was like, you're gonna go and you just want to burn as much as you can. Yeah, well, what actually was happening is I was burning my mind, because then I would already be behind the ball of hunger when I would get home, and it was guaranteed at 3 o'clock to be the person standing in front of the refrigerator, completely frazzled, not knowing what to eat, or eating erratically. So how you do anything is how you do everything. And you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not. So if you are not feeling a sense of contentment and at home in your body, in the choices that you're making with your food, I guarantee you that's how you're picking your boyfriends. That's what you're allowing in relationships with everybody else. Like, now I get this sense of awareness in my head, even if I'm feeling a little like outside of myself. Like, let's just say I'm having a fat day, you know, like we'll call them a PHAT day. And then my kids are asking me questions. I'm irritable and I'm feisty. And a lot of times when I look back, it stems because maybe I didn't eat enough, or maybe I have some feelings around the foods that I did eat. For a long time, I wore shame as my go-to outfit. Are you wearing it as your go-to outfit? Because a lot of our food choices, hence in our core, are being chosen based on how we think we feel about ourselves. And that's not where food is coming from. Food is to fuel our body. Are you pooping every day? Legit. If you are getting proper nutrition, your body will have normalized bowel movements and regulation. I know if you're a woman in your 40s and 50s, sometimes hormones can play a little factor, and we're not pooping every day, but check in with it. Realistically, you know, you take a child to a pediatrician, they say, is your child pooping? Is your child playing? Is your child sleeping? These are the pieces that are going to create that shift for you. So I'm asking you, if you are feeling a sense of binging, out of control eating, or eating more than you would like to, because we all want to be in control. Because I got to tell you, people don't call me very often when they feel like they're in control and they're losing weight. No, people who are feeling all skinny don't want a psychologist. But when they feel out of control and they can't make choices and they feel frazzled, yeah, then they're calling when they feel PHAT and not good in their skin. So what are you eating? How are you starting your day? Do you have organization in what you're putting in your body? Do you have intention? Eat the ice cream, like, that's fine, but put it on a plate and enjoy it. Not just standing there scooping it out of the container. Been there, done that, bought the Ben & Jerry's ice cream scooper. This is the shift. This is being home in yourself and feeling like you get to be and land, making food choices that align with how you are feeling and how you want to feel. If you're making erratic, frazzled food choices, your brain is going to continue to spin, and you are going to continue to make other frazzled, erratic choices in your day. Guaranteed. I'm Dr. Dara. I'm a psychologist. I'm a shift coach. That's what I'm calling myself now. And I'm a mom. And I have struggled with eating disorders. And I have struggled with disordered eating. I get it. I'm also a woman. And we're changing, and our hormones change. We check in with our kids when they're having growth spurts. Check in with you. Okay, it begins with the actions that you're doing to be at home in yourself. Let the world spin, but do you first. You got this. We're in this together.